Prime Minister Narendra Modi has spoken to Russia's Vladimir Putin in the last while. The Prime Minister has said that dialogue and diplomacy is the only way forward. This would have been said in reference to Ukraine. This is important because it's the second or third. Look, several foreign ministers, several ministers have said this in the past. Just recently, the Ukrainian foreign minister, in a statement to us, urged India to have a greater role in reaching out to Vladimir Putin to try and make an effort to end the war. Now, Prime Minister Modi and President Putin have spoken on the war, on the phone, on the Ukraine war. Now, this is a critical conversation. Has there been any effort to actually reach out in a more direct fashion? Or is there essentially a repetition of what we've seen in the past? Maha Siddiqui joins us. Maha, what has the Prime Minister said?
The Prime Minister has said that dialogue and diplomacy needs to be given a chance. In fact, it's been reiterated as per the statement coming out from the Prime Minister's office in the conversation with President Vladimir Putin. And it says that this was seen as a follow-up conversation after their meeting in Samarkand. Remember, it was in Samarkand when the Prime Minister had met President Putin that he had said this is not an era of war. And in this conversation, apart from this message being underlined by Prime Minister Modi with reference to the Ukraine war, what was also discussed was trade cooperation, energy cooperation rather, and defense as well. This is what the Indian press statement says. It talks about how the two leaders spoke to each other over the phone, and the information about this conversation rather came from the Russian side, because we heard from Dmitry Peskov, who's the press secretary to the president, saying that the two leaders had a telephonic conversation. Remember, Vishnu, India and Russia have a bilateral summit every year, annual bilateral summit. And as of now, it seems highly unlikely that this year that summit is going to take place. For this year, Prime Minister Modi would have traveled to Russia for the summit, but so far neither have any dates been announced, nor has there been any indication that that summit is going to happen, and we are almost at the end of the year. So this conversation becomes important in that sense as well.